Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have an exciting video planned out. My Minecraft convenience store is officially open and ready for business. I'm gonna go ahead and showcase that soon. And then I'll also be showcasing like the rest of the realm. I've had this realm since um, I think around like March or April, so it's been around 3 or 4 months, and I have a good amount of people who are invited to this realm. Some of them are not very active anymore, but we still do have some like newer, more active players. I have two people online with me right now who are working on their own projects and such. So let's go ahead and showcase the convenience store. So as you can see, it is copper themed. It's called Golem and Go, and it sells three things: a lottery ticket, rockets, and then golden carrots. So let me just showcase how it works. You want to you want to go ahead and put your payment into this payment chest right here. There is no there's no change system and this version of the store at least. So you want to put the exact amount of ingots into this chest, unless, you know, if you overpay, you can let me know and I'll give you your ingots back. But let me just demonstrate how it works. So let's say I wanted to buy a lottery ticket. I'm going to go ahead and put one ingot in here, and then I'm going to select that on the menu. And then, as we should see, it should appear right here. So now that I already have this ticket, let me also demonstrate like the lottery ticket. So I'm going to put it in here, and then we should see these are our earnings or our winnings. So one coal and one piece of um, iron ingot. There's two ores that you can get. You even get the same one, or you can get two different ones. So let's just go ahead and demonstrate with another product. So let's say I wanted to buy golden carrots for 5 copper ingots. I'm gonna go ahead and select this in the menu, and then we should see it flowing into here soon enough. Awesome. So that's just like the front interface of the store. Let me show you a little bit of the back end, because one thing that I like about building is putting uh, lore, like not necessarily functional, but I think it's, fun for people who are playing on the realm to look. As we can see outside, there's like a little delivery truck outside, parked outside, kind of looks like, it's here to deliver products. And then we have the employee handbook. I'm not going to read this, but you can, pause and go through it if you're interested. And here I have 3 copper golems: Penny, Rusty, and Brassy, who are all working hard to restock items. Basically, I saw this trick on Hermitcraft, and essentially all these copper chests, or all the copper golems will take items out of copper chests and put them into regular chests. So essentially, all of these hoppers just lead um, from this regular chest back into the um, copper chest, so it's just like they're on an infinite loop of quote unquote sorting, but really all they're doing is putting items um, back and forth into each other. So let me also showcase how the redstone works. I will be right back. Guys, so here we are in the back end of the redstone, how the actual store itself functions. So I'll try to explain everything the best that I can, starting with, of course, the payment chest, which is linked to this. It's just a standard item filter. I also used the same design in my security guard, like my first video. Essentially, I have 4 pieces of filler. That way, in case anybody like randomly decides to throw dirt, it won't work. And then I have copper ingots in here, so only copper ingots are able to pass through the payment chest. If you put anything else in there, I mean, unless it's a piece of dirt renamed filler, then it's not going to pass through. And then this is set up into a system in which basically it's the copper ingot will feed through this the filter hopper into this dropper right here. And then this is also kind of a circuit, I guess, that I used in my first video. Basically, the whole purpose of these observers is just to have that every time an ingot is passing through this dropper, it will fire, and then all the ingots get collected into this like chest right here. So the comparator detects that ingot is here, and then it turns on, and then this observer is on top of a sticky piston, which then basically the sticky piston goes up, and then it causes like the dropper to like pulse and then shoot out the item into this like collection chest right here. And then what I have here is another comparator. So whenever a copper ingot makes it through this dropper, this comparator will light up, which then goes into a repeater, which goes into another dropper. This dropper is full of wooden shovels. And the reason why is I'm using wooden shovels to track how many ingots have passed through the dropper. And then this comparator right here reads how many wooden shovels have um, been how many wooden shovels are in the hopper, which represents how many copper ingots have been paid. Hopefully that makes sense. You know, if it doesn't make sense, just put in the comments, and then I think I could probably like explain it better in writing when I'm like sat down and everything. But the reason why you want to use copper, or sorry, not copper, but the reason why you want to use shovels, well, you don't necessarily need to use shovels, but you do want to use a non-stackable item, because if it stacks, then it defeats the whole purpose of having like 5 slots. And wooden shovels are really cheap to make. You just need 2 sticks and a wooden plank. So it's relatively easy to, or it's like really inexpensive to make it, which is why I use wooden shovels. And I just have a good amount right here. I do need to like restock it soon, but it feeds into this hopper, which then feeds into the dropper so that it doesn't run out of wooden shovels, hopefully. So having a different amount of shovels in here is correlated to how many ingots was paid by the customer. So say I had like one shovel in here, that would be correlated to 1 ingot being paid. And then this comparator reads the strength, reads the strength of the hopper, and then it outputs a signal that is like proportional to that strength. So if there was only one shovel in here, let me just demonstrate. Like one shovel, it will light up, right? And it will light up only up until this repeater right here. So this signal will only go up to this line of redstone dust, like up to this much. And then that's why, you know, if you do, like say you select that you want to buy golden carrots or rockets, but you only paid 1 ingot, then it will not have enough signal strength to go all the way through. So let me take it out of here. I'm just actually going to restock this while I'm down here. But let me also just go through like the rest of how the firing system works. So up there, what I have is those those copper bulbs are being read by comparators, which then go into a redstone line. That then leads to a piston. And if you guys didn't know, repeaters can output signal strengths to like through a block. So right now it's, let's see here, I have to actually do this again. But right now it's not. Um, right now it's not like it's not lit up, like the signal isn't going through. But if I had this piston push through, like for example, if I had a block right here, then as you can see, the dropper out fires and the redstone signal like became active because a block was put right here. So all of those comparator bulbs just lead into sorry, all of those copper bulbs just lead into comparators that lead into pistons that push the block down so that the redstone signal is carried through. So in order to have the item being dispensed, you need to both have the item selected on the menu with the copper bulb, and you need to have made the enough of the payment. So as we can see here, this is the chest where the lottery or the dropper where the lottery tickets are stored, and then it just when a signal is sent, it just pulses through, and then one ticket is sent through. And then as we can see here, this is just a little like circuit that I found online, which allows the dropper to dispense like 8 items at once. I could put more, but more droppers, but I was like, okay, I might get poor from this, so I'm not sure, how much I should really be dispensing. So I just put 8 for now. Maybe I'll change it in the future. But one after the correct item is like dispensed, you do need the shovels here to clear out. That way, like the next customer or the next purchase can work. So what I have here is all of the redstone lines are connected down here to this pulse extender, which will unlock this, which will turn off this redstone torch. So usually this hopper is locked, so if you put an item through here, like it will stay through. It will stay here because this below hopper is locked by the redstone torch. But when a signal is sent through, it will unlock this torch to allow for all of the shovels to pass through the hopper and then feed into this chest right here. So let me go ahead and restock. So that's the basis of like buying any items. And now for the lottery system, this was actually much easier to make. Um, Again, it's just like an item filter with the lottery tickets in this hopper right here. And then when an item is sent through, the comparator will read it. And then I have these 3 observers right here. The observer will read that the comparator was turned on, and that leads to a dropper that has different ores in it. I believe it's emeralds, gold, coal, iron, and then lapis or like something else like that. So the player will receive their earning, and then everything is moved with water streams. I think this is like the fastest way to move stuff. So I just have water here and then ice to make it even faster, and then signs to make sure that it's flowing in the correct direction. Soul sand bubble elevator, and then more water up there. Same goes for the lottery system. I just have a soul sand elevator leading into uh, a water stream with hoppers. So that's it for the redstone. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions. I know that like I didn't explain some of this part like really that amazing. So just put it in the comments if you're confused, and I think I could definitely explain it better in writing. So let's go ahead and move on to a tour of the rest of the realm. So guys, let's go ahead and start with the realm tour. Um, I've had this realm for a little bit now, like a couple of months, and I've made a good amount of progress, I feel, but not as much as I really would hope to like, especially because I feel like working and being in school doesn't leave you with that much time to, um, you know, make as much progress as you fully can. But still, we've made a good amount of progress. So here's, what the convenience store looks like in full from the outside. Can you tell that I just like completely got all of these blocks from um, a trial chamber by my house? But yeah, anyways, so we um, basically most of the residents of the realm are living in this like donut looking valley thingy. It's a pretty cool place to settle. So let's go ahead and start with um, right here. We have an encampment. I think Happy and Kira live here. Um, it's a cute little, quaint little tent thingy. Let me see, there is stuff in these barrels. But yeah, pretty cool. Throughout the realm, or throughout these areas, I put beehives with campfires because when I was in my garage door era, I really thought I was going to be building a lot of flying machines with honey blocks and slime blocks. But I actually don't really use honey blocks really that much anymore. Maybe in the future I will. This is Ryan's copper cell tower. And then here he has a cactus farm, which is useful because a lot of people need green dye. Like, it is actually a very, very um, popular item to have. I needed it for my signs and for everything, and then Anna needed it today for something else. But yeah, pretty cool. He has a kind of interesting bridge here, and then the outside with a little pond. And let's see, what else is here? Yeah, a little baby dog, and then TJ and the rest of the build. And then you can even climb up here and see the copper cell tower. So yeah, he told me that, like, I guess some of it burned down because he used a lot of, what's it called, the lightning rods next to wood. My house also burned down. I don't know what was going on. There was a lot of burning. But yeah, he also has this like man-made tree. Pretty cool looking. And then over here, we have his roommates, Dante and Ryan. He has this kind of glass dome looking thing with some farms inside. And then over here we have, let's see, some more storage, enchanting area, armor stands, lots of, let me see, are there any secret entrances in here? Actually been a while since I came over here. Let's see, oh, a spiral staircase. Let's see, does this lead to anywhere? A little, I guess like a little attic area, and then there's the roof. Pretty cool. And then someone was nice enough to make a little path around the entire valley, which is cool. And then this is Mia's base. She's got a little farming setup with also her own bees for honey. She has a lot of wandering trader llamas. And let's see, she has a horse. And whoa, I don't know if she changed the backside of this teacup, but isn't this cool? It's like a teacup. And here, I want to showcase it from even from farther, because it's, hold on, let me see if I can get a better view. It's a teacup, and then you can see there's a campfire there to, it looks like a little bit of smoke, what's it called, steam. So let's go inside. I think this is such a like interesting block palette to use. Cherry wood, like the nether, what's it called? The nether warped blocks. And then out here, you can actually go outside from here, and then there's a little downstairs area that leads to some storage, and then also I think her animals are all down here. So I'm gonna spare you guys the noise and not go down there, but those are where all our animals are. And then here we have a train. Definitely still a work in progress. And then this is Manny's house. Let's see. I don't know if he's made any changes. Yeah, and then let's go upstairs. He did finally finish the roof. And library or enchantment table. Actually, he added a little attic. Yeah, an attic. Just kind of hit your head on this thing though. Okay, pretty cool. And then actually, I think there's like a little downstairs area with like even more farms. Yeah, he has like a carrot farm down here. Cool. And then let's go ahead and head to... Oh my gosh! I actually have not seen this. This is Anna's house. So let's go inside. I haven't seen the bridge yet, but yeah, this is cool. She's going for like a treehouse theme. I love all the different types of wood being used, and then you can see it's like she's using moss and the stalia leaves. Let's close this. And look at all of that. Let's go downstairs. But look, she has a furnace room with so many furnaces. I don't know, what she plans on smelting in here, but, definitely if you need a lot of furnaces, that would be a good room to have. A little farm area underground, and she has chickens here. Okay, I'm gonna close that. And let's see, she also has a secret room here, if I remember. Look at this. This is her little bedroom. But yeah, pretty cool. And what is it? Where does this go to? Okay, this is actually a real entrance. But I actually haven't seen this yet. This is something that's new. This is very, very cool. I'm gonna say hi. Which looks so freaking cool. Yeah, this is such an awesome cool. I love the what are these called again? Shroom lights. She went to the Nether to get these. That's how you know she's dedicated, because she dies every 2 seconds. So, she went to great lengths to make this, but amazing. Okay, David says he's acquired 40 diamonds. Let's go check out David's base. Okay, David, I think, is going for some sort of like lakefront kind of vibe here. I don't know who gave him Silk Touch already. Or maybe he looked through. This is cool. I don't know what he plans on building here, but I like the structure. What's this? Okay. All right, I'm excited to see what they build. It's some pretty cool stuff. Down here is the trial chamber that I cleared out for the convenience store. But let's go ahead and look at my base now. Here's my base. I have the farm here, and then bamboo if I need it. A little well. I have here a docking station for my happy gas. I don't really use a happy gas much, but I've heard that it's actually really useful to use for like building in high places. So I definitely want to utilize it more. And of course, now you can attach it to boats with leads, which is really cool. This is where I keep all my animals, which is like, I do plan on expanding this. It is on my list of things to expand. I just haven't gone around to it. I also plan on building a greenhouse around here that will expand into it. But look, my horse is so cramped and bored. He's always spinning in here. I kind of feel bad. But look, here are my my pets. We have Sony, Cherry Ann. I actually lost Cherry Ann for so long, and then I randomly stumbled upon a place and found her. So there's Cherry Ann, and then I have another bird, Sonny and Angel. Um, or Sony. Um, yeah. Let me actually go ahead and see if they want to sleep first. Yeah, here's my house, by the way. Look, this is like really cool, but this is a trash can. So you can throw things away in that bin. Um, Here's like my fridge. Anything that has to do with food and plants, I kind of keep in here. Let's go ahead and sleep. Sleep. So this is my base. Up here we have some storage, and then out here is like an outside area. And then let me flex this real quick. Hold on, look at that. Copied from a YouTube tutorial, but still cool. I learned how to do a T flip-flop. Look. So yeah, pretty cool. This is the underground part of my base, so it leads to a train stop that I have. I'll showcase that later too. The Cherry Road, and then this is like a little bar, brewing, potion area. I don't really ever brew potions, but it's here. It's kind of just for decoration, like a little bar. If we come down this way, I have a little lava farm. If you guys didn't know, one lava bucket can smelt like 100 items or something crazy like that. So they're really efficient to use as fuel for furnaces. And then here I just have an auto smelter. So you put the lava or your fuel source up here, the item you want to smelt in here, and then they will all end up here. So I don't have anything in there right now, I don't think. Do I? Oh yeah, actually do. I have mutton, apparently. I didn't know that. And then I have a little garage door because I was tired of only having one entrance into my base. So I made a little garage door, so if I'm ever kind of just like flying around and I want to come back home, but I don't want to go through that door here, I can just dock right here. And then let's go into here. So yeah, pretty cool. Let me go ahead and show the other side of this. This is my storage room. I have so much storage, I actually don't know why I built all this, especially because most of the barrels upstairs are also not used at all. But yeah, this is useful. I have a lot of stone from clearing out like this entire underground area. And just other stuff that I need. I keep it organized in here and stuff. But like, see, this is like all empty. Most of this is like, it's like empty and I don't really use. I just don't really feel a need to use like that many double chests. But anyways, here, let me show the final part of my base, which is we're gonna go ahead and take an elevator down. And if you haven't already seen this from my other video, this is my security guard. So I'm gonna put my badge through here. Please present your badge to Mr. Golem-san for entry. And let's see, he's gonna go ahead and open the door for us any minute now. Yeah, you can go ahead and watch my first video if you're curious how it works. It's just another item filter thing. So yeah, this is where the badges return. Let's keep a copy because we like to keep a spare out here. And then spare pearls, crafting table. This is like my private office, something like that. Look, this is my realm, happiness and satisfaction. Of course, it's going up as we expand, but actually this needs to be updated. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This is a map of the entire, I guess, base area. And then this is like my little desk. As we can see, I have an emergency pearl thing. Or I should. I actually don't have one anymore in there. But yeah, I have one in here because you know, in case I've already fallen to the void twice with like all my gear and elytra, so like in case of that happening, like I have, you know, a backup where, you know, I can be summoned with this trapdoor. But as you can see, this is like the task board, library, greenhouse, golem and go. This is finished, so I can take this off. I want to build like a billboard, a lot more stuff that I want to build this summer. I'm thinking about doing like another video at the end of the summer before I go off to grad school. That's like a update on the realm, and hopefully there's a lot more cool things that are being built and stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and look through like the rest of the stuff on here that's not like people's bases. There's some cool stuff that I want to show you guys and stuff that I will definitely expand more and throughout the summer. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm gonna use the garage door and go outside. So there is our nether portal, and yeah, it's a pretty cool looking thing. Try to decorate it a little bit. Our friend Bacon lives through this portal, so she lives like pretty far away, so I won't showcase her house. But her house is, yeah, it's accessible through the portal unless you want to travel like 2,000 blocks to go there over the overworld. But yeah, Ryan used to live on this little like troll bridge looking thing, so these are like the remnants of it, but he's since then moved to the cell tower over there. But yeah, he still has some stuff here. Yeah, just remnants, a loom. Cool. And then I actually have a minecart junction. I want to continue to expand this. I just, you know, ever since I have got the Lytra, I low-key don't use it anymore, but I was happy to see like some of the new players using this to like access everything. But this minecart goes to 3 different stops, and we're gonna come up on a junction where we can choose which stop we want to go to. We can either turn right to go to my base and then go to the village, or we can go forward to our trading hall. So we're gonna go ahead and go forward. Let's go ahead and go down this way to the Trevor project. So this is my version of a trading hall. And let's go ahead and showcase this. And it's supposed to be like inspired by Dan TDM, kind of like a laboratory vibe. But when we first started building this, we were poor and did not have a lot of iron blocks, but we now have an iron farm. So yeah, that's why the whole thing is made out of like stone and like other stuff. But yeah, this is Linda. Linda, can you come here so I can show you? But yeah, Linda is our front desk receptionist. Here, I'll go ahead. If you guys are curious to read this, I won't read it, but yeah, you can pause and read it. It's supposed to be like a little magazine, and this is like the front desk area, like a little waiting reception area. And then this is where the villagers actually live. So it's pretty cool. This is the Adam and Steve Trevor Project Trading Hall. These are their dorms where they sleep. And then I do plan to expand this. This is actually my next course of action. I want to build like a little like facility for them to enjoy, like a pool and like maybe an outside area, but I'm scared that they'll get attacked by like phantoms or whatever if they can't find back to their bed. So yeah, maybe like an indoor pool and like a cafeteria, and like a school or something like that for them to enjoy. It is supposed to be kind of like a lab, but also like a facility. So yeah, pretty cool. And then for the last part, let's actually go ahead and continue to take the trolley back, because I want to show, this is how I used to get around all the time before I got an elytra, and I know that this part is unfinished. I just keep doing other projects instead of finishing the ones that I already have. But as we can see, we're back to our old base. It will stop here. This is one of the stops, but let's go ahead and go down this way. Yeah, I used to take this trolley down here all the time because there were other projects I was working on. Let me know in the comments if you guys know what that is. And this is the village that we stole all of um, the villagers from. And they were kidnapped through this trolley, so pretty cool. This is also where the end portal is. So that staircase over there indicates the end portal. I want to do more builds in the end, but like, um, I'm low-key scared of the end because I've already died twice in there with like full diamond and elytra, so a little bit like don't really want to go back there. But here I just have a basic sugarcane farm. Of course you need a automatic sugarcane farm if you guys have elytra and like need books and stuff, so this is really useful. And then another thing that's extremely important if you like to do redstone is an automatic um, iron farm. So down there I have 3 villagers and a zombie trapped in a boat. See, like zombie Chan, and then like, ow, ow. Okay, we can't go really further. But yeah, 3 villagers trapped in a little setup, and then a zombie in a boat. So they're just like permanently in a state of panic and like spawn the iron golem. Pretty cool. And then lastly, this is our really ugly mob grinder that I built on Twitch, like the very beginnings of the realm. Very useful for, I mean, a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff you need through mob drops. So like arrows, bones, you need this for bone meal to make white dye, which then can make a lot of other dye. Gunpowder for rockets, of course. And then just like other stuff is down here. But it's like pretty efficient too. And then redstone, which is nice because sometimes you don't want to go mining for redstone. And then other stuff from like witches, rotten flesh if you want to trade. Yeah, and then sometimes like, yeah, bows. So yeah, pretty cool. So I plan to do another video probably in August or September. That's like an update of the realm because I definitely want to build more stuff this summer. So hope you guys can stay tuned for that. I don't know the future of this realm after um, I go to grad school, but I actually do hope to keep it open and play through that because this has become like one of my favorite hobbies. Okay, I'm just gonna kill you guys because you guys are being like loud. There was a chicken there was a baby zombie on a chicken. Yeah, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please stay tuned for the update video and for any more videos coming out soon. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys soon.